If you suffer from a chronic illness like autoimmune or cancer, one of the only ways you're going to make your present situation better is by making your future bigger and brighter. My name's Thomas Garbarino. Thank you so much for tuning to the channel. Please go ahead, subscribe, smash that like button, and leave a comment below. This channel is devoted for folks that have been on the healing journey. I have spent the last 20 years helping folks through their healing journey, whatever chronic condition. I do specialize in autoimmune, but all kinds of conditions. Why? Because we look at it from a holistic model that helps empower you so you don't feel hostage by the expensive medications or supplements you have to take from your functional doctor or your naturopath, that you can heal by empowering the best parts of you. And I want to show you how. So the quote I just mentioned, the only way you're going to make your present situation better is by making your future bigger and brighter, comes from a famous coach named Dan Sullivan. And I love this quote because for at least me personally, and I will extend that also to my clients, one of the things that I've commonly noticed is folks that are entrenched in their chronic pain or fatigue, Hashimoto's, brain fog, you name it. What ends up happening is they're living day by day. Am I gonna get over this pain? Will this ever end? But the issue is if you really look closer at that, their future, their outlook is one that is very narrow, is one that is not filled with a lot of hope. And so one of the things that I help coach people with is first, let's change that story. Let's make sure your future looks bigger, looks brighter, and is something that inspires you, not from your head, but from your heart, to get up in the morning, even through the pain, through the fatigue, that's gonna get you building a momentum that is gonna inspire you each and every day. Now, I know that's a tall order, especially if you're sitting here watching this and you're like, you don't understand me. I live on the couch. I can't move. Folks, I get it. I was there too. And trust me, I work with people every day with this. I have hundreds of conversations every day with folks just like you that are suffering. And they say the same things. And I'm here to tell you, it starts in your mind. Where you place your mind, your attention tells you everything. And I want to highlight this by a famous story by a man, Victor Frankl. Now, if you're not familiar with Victor Frankl, he was captured in Vienna, Austria, before the beginning of the Holocaust. And him and his wife were brought to Germany like so many other Jewish people in Europe at that time. And as soon as he arrived, his wife was killed immediately. Now, he had a choice in that moment. He could have spent the rest of his days feeling upset, angry, sad, but he made a conscious choice to let go of his wife. He even got rid of his wedding ring because he realized that if he was going to survive, if he was going to be able to live with himself, he needed to be strong in here. First, he needed to make sure his mind was in a place that was going to help uplift him every day, despite the crazy situation he was put into. So what he did was he made the choice. My wife lives deep in the chambers of my heart and the memories there. But from that point on, I am going to choose every day to construct a future that is brighter than my present reality, a future that I know I will be free, I will be loved, I will not be threatened or tortured. And he did that, setting up a daily habit every day. Now, the fascinating thing is there were many other folks that had the same situation. They were brought there, they were tortured, maybe their loved ones were killed, maybe they were also starving too. And they were like thinking, when am I gonna die? When I'm gonna die? That was their outlook. So even their present reality was painful, And of course, I'm not a person to judge that, right? Because I didn't live through it. I'm only telling you the story that was given to me about Victor Frankl. And so they weren't able to see a future past their present reality. But Victor was. And as a result of that, Victor made it through the Holocaust and started to develop his own systems, daily habits that help people that were depressed, people that were psychotic, helping them build essentially a brighter future to help change their present reality. And there's a whole movie based off this called Life is Beautiful. I think it was back in the mid to late 90s, 97 or something. Life is Beautiful. And it's really a depiction of Victor Frankl's life. In the story in the movie, it shows the story's not completely accurate, but it shows that the protagonist was ultimately taking this horrible situation and doing his best to uplift not only himself, but the people around him. And that, folks, when you study the psychology of this is often referred to as selective attention. Now, we're already doing that. We're already choosing to think a certain way, to take in information a certain way, and to feel a certain way. But what if you became the master of your ship and you decided to change what was coming in and be more selective? One of the things that I commonly find when I work with folks that are chronically ill, they spend way too much time taking in bad information. What do I mean by that? They spend way too much time at night watching the news, the media. They spend way too much time on social media looking at bad things that are happening in the world, wars, terrible fires, things of this nature. I'm not suggesting you put your head in the sand, but you have that choice. You have that choice to move your attention to something that is going to pull your energy down and make your future feel more constrained, or you have that choice to look at a future, selectively bringing your attention to things that are beautiful in your life. And I can remember this very clearly when I first worked with one of my first teachers. And folks, I carried a lot of negativity, a lot of pessimism in my heart around the world. And to be completely honest, I was not hopeful about the world because I spent most of my undergrad studying, ecology and the environment and the destruction that was happening to our planet. So I had a very negative outlook. And whenever I was with my teacher at that time, he'd always carry a smile. He'd always look at the flowers, look at the people and love the people. And I'd be like, Shifu, how can you have that when you know so much that's going wrong with the world? And granted, this person came from communist China during the Cultural Revolution, where he saw his own teacher get tortured and killed. So he had to construct, just like Victor Frankl, a brighter future in his mind. So when he sees the world, he sees through the eyes of love, compassion, of beauty. And folks, this is no small thing. This, in my opinion, is one of the most essential things you need to get yourself through the healing journey to the other side. Because it takes energy, it takes an elevated emotion to get you through the pain, to get you through the fog, to get you through the fatigue, or whatever the symptom is that you are experiencing now. So having that right mindset is paramount. And of course, there are other ways to help you and support you, but the mindset is first. It sets the beacon to where this whole physical body is going to go. So if that future is brighter, bigger, guess what? You are going to attract those people into your life, those resources, all those information that are going to support that type of energy, that type of vibration. So it starts there. So if you haven't started a practice daily where you're cultivating gratitude, where you're cultivating a bigger and brighter future for yourself, I suggest you do right now. And if you're needing more help to do that, I encourage you to reach out with myself and my team as we do this each and every day with helping people, coaching them through this process, constructing their own future while simultaneously building out holistic dietary therapy and healing Qigong support to get you through your chronic illness, because we want you to get your life back. All right, that's what I got for you this week. Blessings to you all. Have a great rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video. Remember, give me a like and put a comment down below. I want to hear what you are going through, and I want to hear, most importantly, what you want to know in this channel. Have a great day, everyone.